One of the memories I have is like 2018, our whole entire cello section, they used to do, we were all been burning for a while, and there was a specific like weird change in Burning Man culture, and it happened around maybe 2016, 2017, where it started to become more mainstream. But in 2018, our entire cello section would take shots between every song. And they also decided that they were going to do in concert, the whole entire section just completely nude. Every single one of them playing, taking shots, and just being nude. And that, I mean, if that's not Burning Man, I don't know what is. But it's just a perfect example of what is allowed and what is okay. And I mean, you know, the shift changed, and now there's less of that. But, you know, you could play naked if you wanted and get pelted in your private parts with the sand and the things if you wanted. If that's your jam. But
now there will 100% be pictures that someone fucking posts because fuck our culture. Stop taking pictures without consent. Yeah. Naked people don't want their pictures taken without consent.
Yeah. I mean, shit, people, clothed people don't want their, I mean, you know, you have a crazy, you know.
Fucking hate people taking pictures around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if they catch my jowls in the corner of their photo?
I'm not in control of that angle, and this could get real messy real fast.
I'm fine with people taking pictures of me, but you better be using a zoom lens.
You can't lose your job by pictures that come out of you at Burning Man.
The fuck I can't.
Yeah, that's true.
So speaking of pictures, just a non-orchestra memory. The year with the, what was it, the space whale? What was that?
Well, full space whale or fail whale?
Full.
Okay.
Full, like right there on, what was it, 6? I want to say it was 19. That was a pretty magical year. But anyway, so, you know, it's early in the week and I'm, you know, want to go around, see some art. And I see that and I'm like, it's sunny out and the sky is super blue and the light's catching this beautiful whale. And I'm like, oh, this is so amazing. So I go. And I'm like, I know, immediacy, whatever, but I wanted to take a picture of it because I just thought it was so beautiful. And so I get this full picture of this space whale. And I'm like, yes. And so whatever, I put my phone away and whatever, do the thing. And I get home and I'm like, oh, I want to share these pictures of Burning Man, whatever, because, you know. And I'm looking through the pictures and I get to, and that was on like Monday or something. And I get to that picture of space whale. And I'm like, what the is in my picture. And I really wanted to show this picture because I love this piece of art. And I zoom in and no joke, it's a fully naked guy standing underneath the whale. And I was like, damn it, no, I can't share this. I don't have this guy's consent. So I think I deleted it because it's got a naked guy in it, but I was so disappointed. But I respected that guy. You know, he didn't know, he didn't consent. So
And that's one of the things I really value about Baby Giraffe is that she does ask for consent.
I think it's important, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
She's a good burner.
It's a good practice.
We know this about her.
And it's hard to do, especially when you're out there with a bunch of people you're close to and it seems like all of the consent has been sorted out.
Yeah, I'm going to need people to be on board with what I'm going to do before I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Should we point everyone to want to talk about it?
No, we should point everyone to Dana Carvey doing his little song and dance piano bit, chopping broccoli. Oof. Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli.
Now repeat that for 3.5 minutes.
Don't have to. It's playing in my head over and over again almost all the time, especially when I don't already have Here We Go a Wassailing stuck in my head.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's like a fucking nightmare in here.
Beth had the final countdown stuck in her head earlier.
That's fine.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
It's not a bad song to use to get songs that are in your head out of your head.
I have Sentimental Journey by Esquivel.
That's what you use?
Every time.
I use Rhythm of the Night. Rhythm of the Night never fails. I don't even know 90% of the lyrics to it. But, like, that shit is like a Here We Go a Wassailing eraser.
The Esquivel Sentimental Journey is perfect because it's a very quiet, slow build to a giant orchestra sitting and then like back down to whistling. And there's just like so many weird dynamics in it that it easily outclasses anything that might be hooky. and caught in my ear.
Even Drops of Jupiter?
That one just goes right back out of my head.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay. It's just like in and out. It's like diarrhea.
It's sticky like Olestra.
It comes in like weak sauce. It goes out like weak sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to make a Train t-shirt now. Bands can't sue you for making bootleg merch on their behalf, right?
Are you profiting off it?
$1 per t-shirt, just like everything we sell at bernernark.com. bernernark.com. We're doing the ad for bernernark.com first before we even do the intro this episode. bernernark.com, where you can get your Train Weak Sauce t-shirt.
Help us send $3 to Train.
Oh, I will totally pay them damages.
Yeah.
Oh, I will put a badge on our fucking website. Sued by Train.
Can I sue for psychic damages?
We can countersue. We'll have to countersue. What's the point of engaging a lawyer for being sued by a Grammy Award-winning band like Train without countersue?
I have never recovered from learning about his untrimmed chest.
Mm-hmm.
Are you supposed to trim your chest?
He pretends that he has an untrimmed chest while obviously trimming all of his chest.
I would just so much rather hear
Counting Crows, I know.
No Broken Wings than Soul Sister.
I'd rather hear a child playing chopsticks. But this isn't a podcast about Train.
This is a podcast about Angine de Poitrine. We are here to talk about macro-tonal math rock from French Canada.
One of the songs that they do is a cover of This Is America.
Genius.
You can barely even tell because nobody remembers what the instrumental from This Is America sounds like, in addition to them doing polyrhythms and microtonal chord changes. But this isn't a podcast about that either. This is a podcast about the Black Rock Philharmonic Orchestra.
They don't play anything microtonally. They can't. They have the normal number of frets on their stringed instruments and the normal number of valves on their valved instruments.
But if you guys want that to change, I have so many drill bits. Just pop a couple holes next to each lever for your saxophone, just in case you need something to do with your pinky.
You hear that, Black Rock Phil? Next year, I want something in 24-tet.
I know the right way to introduce this. You guys like music? Have you listened to music?
We done been talking about music.
Yeah.
I like most music.
Totally.
I don't. That's such a lie. I like a narrow band of music that involves no world music whatsoever or anything that could be negatively described as Weedle-deedle music, such as the musics from my culture, Greek and Jewish Weedle-deedle musics.
None? None world music?
Nothing from the world music section. That isn't to say that I don't like Beats Antique and world music inspired things. It's just...
No Fela Kuti?
Fela Kuti is fine.
No Ladysmith Black Mambaza?
I like Ladysmith Black Mambaza more than I like Fela Kuti.
You guys were also talking about Ladysmith Black Mambaza in the last interview that I was just editing. I'm just saying.
I wasn't. I never bring her up. I don't like things that positively or negatively could be described as other cultures' classical music or jazz.
No klezmer?
No, Jesus Christ, no.
I'm not sure if I like our culture's jazz.
I don't. I did when I was growing up with it, and then I did for a little while after I left my parents' house, and then one day I was listening to probably Coltrane in my car or something, and I was just like, oh, right. Jazz makes me feel really nervous and on edge. I can just not listen to this. And then I stopped.
Well, listeners, we are a podcast of one music lover and two narrow music appreciators.
Thank you. Code Adam said to me today that he appreciates that I want to share my music with him, but none of it sounds very good. And maybe I don't know that he likes different music than I like. And I was like, oh, I know. You still have to learn who Primus is.
He likes some pop music, don't he?
He likes pop, and he likes his mom's Weedle-deedle music.
Ah.
And that's fine. That's fine. People should. People should support all different sorts of art, both musical and practical.
I should play him some of my more extreme Weedle Deedle music.
He
Poison his mind.
said that he really likes the music you play in the car when you take us to the airport. And I was like, most of that is Frank Zappa. And he's like, Frank Zappa's fine. I appreciate how classical it is, but it's also a lot. And I was like, that is a very succinct way of describing Frank Zappa. Speaking of Frank Zappa, had to cut out all of your references to Frank Zappa in this interview.
Brutal.
Wasn't going to, except for I couldn't find the first one that you made that contextualizes all of the rest of them. So all of the rest of them had to go. But if you like Frank Zappa and also want to be a patron of this podcast, you will hear Rex shoehorning in conversations about Frank Zappa all throughout this episode. And this episode is longy fucking enough.
I was just trying to get it on their playlist.
Oh, and you should. And his stuff is great. And I love Frank Zappa. It just, man, I couldn't keep the second and third and fourth mentions in and then the mention all the way at the end without being able to find the first one, which is not in the first 13 minutes and is somewhere in like the 30 minutes after that, which I just could not find.
Control F. Zappa.
Won't. It's already like an hour and 40-minute long interview. An interview, which is shockingly familiar contextually to the episode we did last season about Captain Grace's dance camp. There's just something about some folks who were running a thing at Burning Man that makes people have to rise up and say, you maybe oughtn't be running that with us.
You know, oral history doesn't repeat, but it harmonizes.
Harmonizes like the Black Rock Philharmonic.
They love it. I'm Rex.
I'm D-Day.
I'm Beth.
And this is Accuracy Third. And today on Accuracy Third, we have two folks from the Black Rock Philharmonic, Baby Giraffe and Shelly.
It turns out we desperately need to know the basics of how orchestras work.
Yeah, you're going to learn a lot of stuff about orchestras, like we learned a lot of stuff about orchestras. I hope you enjoy this interview with Baby Giraffe and Shelly, and me, Beth, and Rex are going to catch you afterward in the outro.
Wouldn't it be a coda?
It could be.
I always think of the very end bit as the coda.
Yeah, our button is the coda.
What's
What's the opposite of overture?
Yeah, what is the opposite of overture? There is a
Endverture. Is that a pun?
Underture.
That's what a fucking pun is, isn't it? Is that a pun? Yeah, that sign means it's a pun.
Oof.
Endverture.
Yikes.
Hey, ChatGPT, what is endverture? Oh, it doesn't know. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know things.
I was going to say, you know, that bit in the William Tell Overture where it all swells up, but obviously the William Tell Overture is all an overture. Is there a rest of the William Tell?
Oh, it's so long.
Because usually an overture is just the beginning of a symphony.
Uh-huh.
Is the William Tell Overture the beginning of the William Tell Symphony? Shelly,
ChatGPT,
Baby Giraffe, get back to us.
A William Tell symphony? Yeah. It doesn't know. Doesn't know things.
It's because you don't have ChatGPT on your phone.
I know.
You're really confusing Gemini right now. You're going to give it a complex.
I also don't have Gemini.
It'll
on my
kill
phone.
itself.
No matter how much Google tries to sneak Gemini into things, no Gemini.
Gimme.
Won't. Why would I trust the thing that fucked up my voice to text 3 years ago?
Your voice to text?
Voice to text used to be great on my Google phones up until they started adding Gemini in, and I can see it transcribe what I have said exactly before Gemini passes over it and changes it to a sentence it thinks I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah. That's not going to work for you. You have a very interesting sentence structure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. And so does Gemini.
Listeners, if you've never had the pleasure, when D-Day is posting on the internet or emailing his work or texting his partners, he'll occasionally just shout at his phone from the inside of the kitchen and then get increasingly angry as it doesn't write down what he says.
Uh-huh. And fucking capitalizes mundane words because it thinks they're products because they're products someplace.
Somewhere along the line, my text on my phone decided that fuck was just capital F-U-C-K. That's it. Anytime I write fuck, it's like, you mean fuck.
That's fucking phenomenal. I'm definitely going to go into my dictionary and add that from here on out.
Well, Shelly, welcome to Accuracy Third. Thank you for joining us.
Would you like to be known as Shelly, or do you have a playa name that you go by?
I haven't decided on a playa name.
It's not up to you.
Perfectly all right.
That's why you don't have one. You misunderstand how this entire thing works.
The playa hasn't decided on a name for you.
There we go. There we go.
They tried to give me one last year. My camp tried to call me a first chair, and I ixnayed that.
Yeah, that
It
sucks.
doesn't feel right.
Yeah, first chair
That's
sucks.
adorable.
It's adorable.
It's cute, but it's so on the nose.
Yeah, it's a little mean in like band class.
Oh my God, yes.
Because either you are first chair or you're not. And in either case,
Which
that's
one?
a shitty name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picasso,
Since we haven't met yet,
Mozart.
Yeah.
Shelly, I'm Rex.
Hi, Rex.
I'm Beth.
Hi, Beth. I listened to your previous podcast.
Okay, great. So
Great, you have sort of met us.
The Fun Killer Chronicle?
The one where you were interviewing Moz, M-O-Z.
Oh, Boz. You mean like the previous podcast from a little more than a week and a half ago.
Right.
Well, there's a new one coming out on Tuesday. And thank
Oh.
you so much for your attention to our cause.
Of course.
D-Day, stop trumping.
Oh, and I'm D-Day.
Hi, D-Day. Nice to meet you.
Today in the studio, we have Baby Giraffe, and on the telephone, we have Shelly. Shelly and Baby Giraffe.
Hello.
What the shit?
Hey there.
thank you guys both for joining us. And both
That's what I meant to say.
both of these amazing people are a part of a shared Burning Man project that has been going on for quite a while. Can you give us some history about your symphony?
Beth, calm the fuck down.
Sure.
Baby Giraffe and Shelly, tell us about yourselves and who you are.
All
and
right.
How you got to Burning Man, and then we will get to the shit show that is your art project later.
All right. I'm Baby Giraffe. I came to Burning Man for the first time in 2011 through a gifted ticket through a couple of people who volunteered with Center Camp.
Nice.
And said, hey, you should join us. And admittedly, I was a really horrible first time. I was a bad burner. It was bad. I didn't even stay for the burn. And then thankfully that wasn't my last impression of Burning Man. Came back in 2015 and had my only expectation for myself that year was to have an amazing time, have adventures. I came by myself. I camped with those same people. And they were doing their Center Camp thing. And so I just went out and just had a bunch of just amazing experiences. I consider that my best favorite year because there was no responsibilities and just the expectation was just have an amazing time, which I did. And I had a great week. And then I wandered into Center Camp on the morning of burn day. I think I was riding by my bike and I heard this classical music and I was like, what the hell? And so I parked and I'm walking through and it's this orchestra playing and I was like, holy shit, I think I found my people. And so I stayed for the concert and then immediately afterwards, I went up to the conductor and was like, how the hell do I get involved? And he looked at me exact quote, contact me in October after I've gotten over this. I'm like, okay. Fair enough. So then that October, I emailed him and joined the Playa Pops, which was that particular orchestra at that time. And that is how I initially got involved in the orchestra. And so then I had joined the Playa Pops in 2016.
And what is your instrument?
A flute.
Flute,
yes.
Flautist in the space.
Yes.
Shelly, what's your instrument?
My instrument is violin, but I'm a multi-instrumentalist, which comes in handy.
Yes.
I can't imagine taking a violin out there. At least a flute is metal.
Yeah.
There's electric violins.
Yeah, you can get one of
They're
those
acrylic.
$200 violins on Amazon.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that, son.
Oh, cheap instruments have gotten very cheap. You can probably get a $60 violin if you look.
Ugh.
Shelly, how did you get roped into this weird cult of ours?
So I actually attended Burning Man for the first time. My friend Brian pulled me in, and he took me in 2003.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Nice. Excellent. A long timer.
Oh, yeah. Not consecutive, because it got hard to get tickets for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But he took me and he said, bring your violin. We're going to have a blast. And so I brought my violin. We camped in Hushville. And
You brought your violin to Hushville.
I don't play amplified normally.
Totally. I find it funny. It's like, listen, it's like bringing a trumpet to Hushville. It's like,
It's not. It's a violin. Trumpets are more like
Battlefield instruments.
yeah.
it's your bagpipe to Hushville. It's not amplified, guys. I don't see what the problem is.
Think of it this way. When you're playing trumpet, you don't lean in over the sounding part of your trumpet with your ear.
A trumpet is like belching in church. A trombone is like farting in church.
What's a tuba then?
It's a statement.
So I camped at Hushville, but I, of course, went all over the playa with my violin and had some amazing experiences. And so I do remember a group of my friends coming and grabbing me from Hushville and taking me to the Twisted Swan, where I played for an Irish ceilidh dance.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
And it was awesome because I am an Irish fiddler. So I was playing and my friends were dancing. And the next thing I knew, there was this band that came up behind me and they were phenomenal. They played all the traditional tunes, just following me along. And then at 9:00, they stepped up on the stage and they were Hot House Flowers out of Dublin.
Cool.
Wow.
Top 40 band.
What was their hit? I'm unfamiliar. Are they the ones who played? No,
they're like an Irish rock band, but of course they grew up playing all the trads. So yeah, when you're playing for dancers, you play the
like
trads.
the Pogues or more like pop music?
More like pop music. Dublin, yeah. No. You're thinking about Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is where you have the punk scene.
Ah,
Been to Ireland, and in Northern Ireland, you got to do punk.
Agreed.
what with the troubles and all.
Yes.
Beth, we don't mention the troubles on this podcast. You just asked if the shed was insured, and I lied. But I kid.
So I went back in 2004 after having a great time in 2003, camped by myself with my friend, but took my own vehicle. And unfortunately, I had come from Golden Gate Park from a performance where someone in my camp had sickened 12 of us.
Oh, no.
And I did not know that until I was on playa second day. And then it became really obvious that...
Where do you lick a violin to get everyone sick? You can lick all the mouthpieces of the woodwinds, but a violin, there's not like a typical licking spot.
Do not lick the strings. Bad idea.
Yeah, true.
No, don't. And do not lick the hair. The hair nicks on that.
Yeah, what you got to do is drool on the chin rest.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happened and how did it
Sorry.
happen?
So I got food poisoning in Golden Gate Park, but didn't know it, drove to Burning Man, and then ended up connecting with the Rangers and then discovering the nurse tent. And the nurse tent is phenomenal. Awesome burners, and had an amazing experience at the nurse tent, which I do not recommend having to be there for the usual reason.
This is back in 2003? 2004. Yeah, there's no nurse tent anymore.
Yeah.
We have a field hospital.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And then, and so I had to leave early that year because obviously I ended up in the hospital. I don't recommend getting sick at Burning Man because the ambulances have to run 2 circles.
Oof.
So they drop you off in the middle of nowhere and you're in an ambulance with like 7 other people. And they drop off the 8 of you, and then the next ambulance comes and takes you all the way in. And then when they discharge you from the Washoe Community Hospital in Reno, you have whatever you were dressed in when you left Burning Man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of these stories, actually, and it's very funny.
Were you done with the part of food poisoning where you're violently leaking out of all of your orifices?
They treated me at the hospital. So I was still feeling pretty sick, but they got fluids in me. So that was the most important thing because I had dehydration. That's basically what I had from being sick. So then it took me about 15 years to get back to Playa because I just couldn't get tickets. And so I managed to get back in 2018.
That's a big jump.
Yeah. Yeah. And by this time, a friend of mine who's in tech got me a ticket. I mean, I paid for it, but, so he got me hooked up with a ticket. And then I've been able to be hooked up with a ticket ever since, thankfully. So I did, I think I was at Poly Paradise that year.
Fuck yeah. Bring it on in, Poly Weirdo.
Yeah. And the truth is, it's the human carcass wash. As long as I know I can get a shower, I'm happy.
I hear that.
Yeah. And so priorities, plus they have food and I love to cook. So I volunteer in the kitchen all the time.
Wow, you sound like an all-purpose tool for Burning Man. A musician who can cook.
You sound like a tool, Beth. Jesus Christ. Shelly is our guest. Be polite.
At what point did you get plugged in with the Philharmonic?
So I actually, when my friend had hooked me up with a ticket, of course, went on Facebook. It was like, everybody, I'm going to the burn.
Yeah.
And my friend Moo was like, which orchestra are you playing with? And I was like, what? There's choices? Because the previous time there weren't.
Yeah.
And so I Googled it and looked it up and found that I had a couple of choices. And so I chose the Philharmonic because I love classical music and I play pops in my daily life a lot. And so I didn't want to do the pops. I wanted to do the big stuff.
Yeah.
So, big bombastic stuff. I want to play with, trumpets and trombones.
1812 overture with fire and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so if I may interject a question.
Classic music nerds. Sorry.
Thank you, Beth. Would you like to get a clean copy of Classic Music Nerds?
Yeah.
Why don't you say it into the mic? No, it's really important that we get this in. I have never been entirely clear, or I have been very clear and have immediately forgotten what is the difference between like an orchestra and a symphony and a philharmonic and a pops.
Well, a pops.
Don't fucking laugh at me.
No, I'm laughing because I've literally been playing classical music my entire life, and I have that question. Like, what?
Oh, fabulous.
What?
Yeah, like I know the difference between like a quartet and a quintet. That's easy.
Right. And a band and a symphony is one has strings, one doesn't.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so a pops orchestra primarily plays popular music. And I am a violin, viola, cello, string bass teacher, so that's what I do a lot in my daily default world job. And so because the kids all want to play whatever video game is hip, whatever pop song they like, etc. And so
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, they want to play that kind of stuff. I've got one working on Minecraft. I've got one, that kind of stuff. And so a Philharmonic it's meant to be a love of harmonies.
Aw.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Love of harmony.
I mean, that's how the word breaks down. Yeah. When we think of the word Philharmonic, the definition is a full-size symphony orchestra typically consisting of 80 to over 100 musicians performing classical repertoire.
Christ.
And it comes from the term originating from the Greek for loving harmony.
So over 80 is considered Philharmonic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
Big sound.
Yes. And so a symphony versus a philharmonic, they're essentially the same, comprising 80 to 100 musicians across 4 sections. And typically you're
allowed to play more of Mozart's dissonant work.
So the difference is purely in name, often chosen to distinguish 2 orchestras in the same city or for historical reasons. But we just really love the love of harmony. Yeah. And so what was the other question? Symphony, philharmonic,
orchestra, and pops.
Yeah.
We got the pops. Okay. And then orchestra. So an orchestra obviously implies more general or municipal supported entity focusing on performing symphonies.
Symphony performers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to need a Venn diagram of this, but like not until right before the episode comes out.
Right. Yeah. So that gives you an idea. So part of what, and I think I speak for Baby Giraffe here too, is that we really love the sound of Philharmonic because we love harmonies. It's a name that many of us are very connected to.
Definitely. However, the orchestra does play a couple of pop songs every year. So
yeah, no, we're totally cool with playing some pop songs. Yeah. Love it.
You're not stuck up.
No, I'm not.
We'll do an Andrew Lloyd Webber. We're cool.
No, it's always Queen. It's always Queen.
Yeah, we often do.
Yeah.
Well, Queen
It's got good harmonies.
It's got a lot of harmonies.
Yeah, sure
There's
does.
Right?
Yeah.
We love the harmony.
Now, here's the important question, though. When you switch from Mahler to Mercury, do you have to take off your tuxedos?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we can. But usually we dress for the environment because, it's Burning Man.
So booty shorts.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so you can't really take off the booty shorts because there's a lot of wind and sand in the wind and pelting your privates. Mm-hmm. That's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pelting your
Interior
privates.
privates.
100%
Yeah. Burning Man, safe place to go naked.
Yes.
Totally comfortable.
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No. I've been to Ocean Beach, and you cover up because that sand is
fucking miserable.
It's
out
also
there.
very cold.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We have real beaches on the East Coast. The West Coast, I came in shorts and a tank top and was ready for a picnic and swimming and shit and got to Ocean Beach, which just was why would you come here?
You got to
You
go south
huddle
of
in
Big
your
Sur.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's
That's what
not
it's for.
gray in the city.
You build a
to get
fire
someone
right on the
to snuggle
beach.
sweatshirts with you.
Uh-huh.
Or to put on your skin suit and go surf.
Oh, you're a reptilian too. I ordered a new skin suit from management, but it hasn't shown up yet. It's fraying at the edges. Shut up, Beth. Just because you got yours last week and you look all shiny and pink and new.
I think my zipper's broken. And I can't get a hold of anybody.
I have a pneumatic stapler in the shed next to this shed.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I got one of the hand-stitched ones. It still has buttons.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, you just got a
Vintage.
promotion.
Vintage. He's retro.
Yo soy rumbera desde que estaba en el vientre de mi madre. Yo soy rumbera desde que estaba en el vientre de mi madre.
All right, so why don't we get into this? There has been some movement, some developments, some complexity around the Black Rock Philharmonic.
Well, we probably need to know how the Black Rock Philharmonic used to work before we find out how it is currently working or not working.
It's a good point. Okay, so there was a group of us that were a part of the Playa Pops. That was the first orchestra that was created on Playa in 2014. A small group of people created the Playa Pops Symphony, and at the beginning of that orchestra, it was just strings. They did not have a full orchestra, and it was a small group of people. And then in 2015, they added more instruments, and it became a full orchestra at that point. I joined the orchestra in 2016, and almost immediately it was like, these are my people. I'm going to see if I can get more involved. So, there was a handful of people that I didn't really know that had created that orchestra and were kind of making it happen. And I contacted the conductor of that orchestra, and he said, yeah, talk to these people. They can tell you what is needed. So I was like, great. So I got involved outside of playing with the orchestra in 2016. And so I was doing whatever. I don't even remember at that point what I was doing. I'm pretty sure it wasn't super clear what was needed. I don't know. Print things out. I'm not sure.
Poorly
Anyway.
planned administrative work.
Yeah, exactly. And so, did that for that year. And then in 2017, there was some issues happening with that orchestra between the people who had created it. And, there were creative differences, you could say, just conflicts. And I see myself as a musician first. I help create a thing, but I'm a musician. I play in the orchestra. That's what I do, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the big issues that year was the Playa Pops had been doing a Saturday morning show in Center Camp in the center of the center. And, that's where we had been doing our concerts, 10:30 Saturday morning, whatever. But that particular year, there was a mix. I don't know what happened, but there were two things scheduled at the same time.
I'm going to just say a snafu happened.
Yeah. And it was a big one too. The orchestra was supposed to do their concert, but then that year, the tribal chief was doing a speaker series talking about the land, and
the Paiute folks that come on and lead our...
Yeah, probably Dean.
Yeah.
Release.
I'm not entirely sure, but they were scheduled at the same time. And the people who were in charge of the orchestra at that time were like, yeah, we're not going to step on that. We're not upstaging. That guy needs... One of the creators of the orchestra was like, we're doing it. We have a concert. And everybody else was like, no, that's wrong. That's weird. We're not. So that created big conflict. And I think that was ultimately what decided that we were going to break away from this particular person and they could have that orchestra and we were going to go create something new.
You guys can go ahead and step on the Native American speaker who has graced us with a temple blessing.
Yeah.
We're going to go play for people who want us to play.
Yeah. And I remember...
Or just not play right now.
Yeah.
We can play later.
Yeah. And it was like... I mean, I wasn't involved in like the arguments about that, but it was a big conflict, and I was like,
was it like, just out of curiosity, was it happening there in front of you, or was this stuff you found out about later?
There were things happening on Playa that year.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the big things that was happening. And so I, as a musician, I default to the conductor because, I follow the conductor, right? And so, I would go to him and be like, what is going on? And this other person like railed me at Burning Man in front of people. And I was like, I'm a volunteer in every...
No one should get screamed at under any circumstances unless they really deserve to be screamed at.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so at that point I was like,
Stop pouring acid on the Playa, Beth.
That is an okay reason to scream at people. That would make me cry, by the way. If we were doing a big group thing and one of the leaders like yelled at me, I would just dissolve into tears.
And I would be like, fuck you, you don't deserve my time.
Shut up.
I guess have yourself a glockenspiel without me hitting it with mallets, my guy.
And side note to that, I have cried many a time because of things like that. So yeah.
And I've abandoned the glockenspiel twice.
And so, yeah, there was way too much conflict. That was a big one. And so we were just like, we're going to break away. And so after that year, a small group of us at that time.
What size when we're talking about large groups of people? Like 6 people, 12 people?
5. There were 5 of us. And we're like, we're going to just go over here and we're going to create a new orchestra. One of the things that I know why people have to create their narratives, to protect themselves, protect other people, to whatever the thing, right? But I just have kind of an issue when you want to tell like kind of a false narrative to protect. I don't know. Anyway, so a narrative was created and the narrative was, we want to go over here and we want to branch out from pop music and we want to do more like classical, right? So that was the narrative that was told.
That was the fig leaf.
It's easier to say like, hey, we just want to go in a different direction as opposed to, no, actually you suck. And that's why I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's the polite breakup.
Right.
We just want different things.
Yeah.
You want to be an asshole, and I don't want to be dating an asshole.
I don't like thinking that people were being polite to me when they were breaking up with me, Beth.
Most of them weren't with you.
One of the hardest but most rewarding gifts to give in Black Rock City is the gift of direct and honest feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we decided to create a new thing, and the idea of let's play more classical music. So that is what we did. And the 5 of us at that point left Burning Man, decompressed, and almost immediately, maybe October, November, said, hey, let's put it out there. We're creating a new orchestra, and what do we want to call it? And so it quickly became, let's make a poll. I don't even remember who did it, but it was on socials. And we came up with the poll of what is the name going to be? And early on, I really was into Black Rock City Philharmonic because,
it's a city institution.
Right. San Francisco Symphony, Sacramento Symphony.
BRCP sounds pretty badass.
BRCP.
Right. So, we put it out there and, that's how we got the name Black Rock Philharmonic. Most of people wanted Black Rock Philharmonic, and that name, that's the history of that. So that's kind of how the Black Rock Philharmonic got.
And so your first year's Black Rock Philharmonic was
2018. So after 2017, going into 2018, created the Black Rock Philharmonic, and it was...
And snapped up a returning Shelly, it sounds like.
No, I arrived that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is weird because in my mind, Shelly has always been a part of the music. Like, I don't remember a time, even prior to the Black Rock Philharmonic, where Shelly wasn't like...
I've been having that feeling about you, Baby Giraffe, where you're like, oh, this is my first year, and then I came back this year and this year, and I'm like, but you've always camped with us. You've just always been there. I don't understand how you weren't there those years that you were so obviously there.
Which is
Beth,
funny.
you haven't read The Shining yet, but what you need to understand is that the Playa is the Overlook Hotel, and you have always been here because we have always been here at Burning Man.
We're actually there right now.
Yeah, I populate backwards into photos taken in 1998.
And I can guarantee that 2018 was the hard start because I was coming back from cancer treatment.
Yeah.
God damn, you're a badass.
I sat at the back of the first violin section because I could not stand for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That is wild. What a badass way to re-enter the world after cancer treatment.
Yeah, and that wasn't, I mean, Burning Man wise, that wasn't an easy year either. Like, there was
hot.
Yeah, hot, but there was weather and things. So yeah, that first year, and I'm sure Shelly can, recount some memories about that first year, but it was we were creating this new thing. So the orchestra wasn't super big. And and there was even a couple of concerts where there was no brass section. Like, we had maybe 5 or 6 people sign up in the brass section. And then a couple of concerts where there was just no brass section, which is fine. I mean, you make do. It's Burning Man. It's not like,
You're fired from your free time playing in this for funsies orchestra.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, and then that is the creation.
Just out of curiosity, because you were on the administrative side of it, how much work does it take off Playa to make the on Playa part happen?
We do decompression, and then we probably really start getting into it around January, February, and then we're just doing orchestra stuff all year. This year, I've literally been doing orchestra things since I left Playa.
No breaks this year.
None.
Some years be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you know your art project is rolling.
Yeah, something. So, yeah, with 4 people, let's just say 4 people, the jobs spread out for what we're doing. How's that saying go? Multiple hands makes light work, or whatever the thing, right?
Different work.
Extra hands.
It's all the same amount
Devil's
of work.
dingling or something like that.
The devil's dingling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, and it's not like 24/7. There's signups, and, then the conductor and the concert mistress or concert master, Shelly goes by concert master, they're picking the music. And then in the past, we've had like a music selection team. So, more people trying to decide what songs we're going to play. And, and I consider that like part of the fun part because, it's like what you're going to hear, how,
what you're going to put your time into learning.
Yeah, exactly. And so you want songs that are beautiful or weird
The
or
theme to Jurassic Park.
Yes.
One of the things I was very proud of last year was we had a lot of music that showcased our percussion section because we had a new bass drum that we had fundraised for, and we had a timpani that was loaned to us. And so we were able to showcase some instruments that we did not previously have.
So before I find out how expensive that bass drum was, I'm interested how the owner of that timpani responded when you returned that timpani to them.
Oh, okay. So, So a couple of years ago, he's a music educator, and he's like, I love what you guys bring to the Playa, and I've got some timpani that I can donate. So this was back in 2022. Or 2023, I can't remember, one of those years. And so we're like, wow, that's great. Typically, we've used like a keyboard and just done the timpani part in a keyboard, right? Mm-hmm. Getting timpani to Playa, you would think would be difficult. And it,
Anyone who doesn't know what a timpani looks like, pause this episode, go to Google, and find yourself a picture of like a timpani in scale with a quarter and see how much bigger it is than that quarter.
A banana, right? Just put a banana on top
I
of the
can
timpani.
personally vouch that the pedal on one of those timpanis is 8 pounds. 'Cause I carried
Jesus
it
Christ.
across the playa. I carried it in my luggage on the Burner Express from San Francisco to playa, and then physically carried it on my person across the playa. Fortunately, somebody helped me for the last couple of blocks.
Yeah, that is literally 10 times more than a drum pedal for like a regular drum set weighs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not even a percussionist.
Thank you for that again, Shelly. Thank you so much. But so in the past, like getting the timpani, getting the bigger instruments to playa, we had a Homebase Camp 2018 through 2023. And that particular camp, I don't actually know if I should say it, but anyway, that particular camp was our home base where we would do our rehearsals and 2 concerts.
It's an orchestra support camp.
Yes, yeah. And this camp is just an amazing camp full of like highly professional people in their default jobs and just a really amazing camp. And so they would bring out these like 18-wheelers with all of their camp stuff and whatever, and then they would transport the timpani. So that was convenient.
Are you saying this new system is not convenient?
Well, the new system is me.
Yeah.
And Torque. So
less convenient for you and Torque.
Right.
noted.
Not greatly convenient. But
But it means Off Center Camp can help. I feel like we're an official sponsor of
Because we let you park your U-Haul in our camp.
that you haul all those instruments out into the middle of nowhere with.
yes. And my gratitude, I can only say thank you for your patience so much. But like in my heart and my soul right now, I'm still from like 2 years ago saying thank you because I know it's not typical center camp practice. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as somebody who volunteers with Center Camp and has for a long time, and now that the orchestra is doing rehearsals and a concert at Center Camp, I kind of feel like Center Camp is our home base now. That's like when people ask, that's what I'm saying. Like Center Camp is our home base. So
I mean, it's wonderful for the central canopy too, because you guys are such a draw. It's like anytime I hear it drifting over playa, because I'm bad at being on 2 places at times, then I'm like, oh, there, go over there.
yeah. And I remember when I first started talking to, I think it was River and Gabriel a couple of years ago, and he was less like for it. And I was like, I can tell you right now, just for our rehearsals alone, we can pull in 200 to 300 people just because that's been the history of the orchestra. Like, if you want people in Center Camp, this is the way to go. We haven't done a concert in Center Camp for a while. I know that Center Camp had been struggling for a couple of years since we got rid of Cafe. And so I was like, I know that if we can get the orchestra back in Center Camp, we can at least for one time
drag a bunch of people there.
For sure. And then if there's other things happening, people will stick around and be like, oh, what's happening at Center Camp? So thankfully, Gabriel and River at that time were like into having rehearsals. Because, I mean, you think rehearsal, you're like, that's boring and nobody wants...
That's so not true, though. It's like there's this magnetic feeling of live music out there because we hear so much recorded music, like people are blasting stuff on speakers. But like I hear an actual violin and I'm beelining for it.
Beth and I have gotten pulled into Center Camp late at night a couple of times by a single opera singer.
Yeah. Live performance of music grabs my ears so hard out there, and I just want to go check it out.
Same. And unlike the default world, and I think one of the things that a lot of people miss about Burning Man is it's not just the unst, it's not just the party, whatever, right? It's like, it's a community. So there's so much more out there, and there's so much like live, classical, like non-unsty experiences out there. Mm-hmm. And I know we want to get into the thing, but I just want to say, like, Playa Pops, check out the Playa Pops. Root Pile is great bluegrass and blues music. Then there's the Dust City Symphony. They're an orchestra that broke off a couple years ago, and they play a concert at.
They only play when elders are blessing the plot.
No, they're. I will say the camp. They're at Frozen Oasis. They do one concert, and then also at Frozen Oasis, they've been trying to put together like a jazz band to do jazz concerts.
Fun.
And then there's the Jazz Cafe and the Burning Band, which is this band has been the longest on Playa, like 25 years or something. They're the original band on
Burning
Playa.
Band.
Yeah, they're a marching
Burning
band,
Band.
right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And, and then the ambient drum, like there's so many non-Unsti experiences, and it's not the default world. So there doesn't, it's not just one orchestra. There can be many because, there's so many people.
And there should be.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the many bands that are the same band in DPW.
Yeah, the that damn band.
That damn band. And
slash
And
every
company.
Yeah.
Now, see, I've never even heard of that. Like, I think, DPW is kind of, it's like, it exists in its like own little entity, right? So if you're not part of DPW, my own experience, obviously, I only speak for myself. Like, I don't know what's going on in DPW, so I wouldn't know that
I'm going to drag you to their pre-week showing whenever it happens next year.
Please
It's
do.
such a
I'm
blast.
They're
there.
Incredible.
They played at the performance stage at Center Camp during Setup Week a couple of times under one of their different names.
One of their many different
One of their many different names.
This last year though, there was an accordion off because
my
they had two accordion players and they would do dueling accordion solos.
Oh, I love
each
that.
in the black hole.
Yeah, like in each other's faces.
Yeah.
It was very cute.
I love that so much. Because, accordion, like who's thinking accordion at Burning Man, right? Like,
Right?
That's amazing.
The amount of dust you've got to be pulling through that fucking.
I just think it's a great time to remind everyone that music nerds are nerds, and that is why all of us nerds are welcome at Burning Man.
Yeah,
That's
and if your
right.
grandpa dies and like you find a bunch of instruments in their attic, don't throw that shit out. Put it on Craigslist. People want it.
Oh, bring it. Bring it. Or I have an even better idea.
To
Like,
this. You probably go to Burning Man. Bring your grandpa's instruments to Burning Man. And if anyone finds a guitar in their dead uncle's closet, I have been trying to find a legit one where I don't have to pay like $1,800 for it for like 15 years.
yeah. I love that. Yeah. Or like if you have a bunch of instruments, like post them and you don't want to sell them or you just want to give them away, like post them onto the socials at Burning Man or, the Burning Man socials, whatever the ones, all the ones on.
Yeah, Reddit,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, 'cause-
that app where they post
it's
made
'cause-
up pictures of naked children.
Because as long as they can be played, the Black Rock Philharmonic, we're always, Shelly does a great.
Aspirational child porn.
God damn it, Dita, you're ruining it's a nice
Now I'm
thing.
sad.
Yeah.
Now I'm just sad.
Oh, but like there's like a multi-billion-dollar company that is like self-imploding by posting aspirational child porn that they create with their own AI.
It's true.
Come at me, bitch.
We're in dark, bleak
Yeah,
times.
sue me, Elon Musk. Please sue me.
Inspirational child porn is like a picture of a naked 14-year-old hanging from a branch. Just hang in there.
Just hang.
I'm trying really
Hands
hard
up.
not to laugh.
You can laugh. I'll cut it out.
Gosh.
All of these
I'll
jokes
put
should
Beth
be met
laughing
with dead
every
silence.
time you're not.
So one
Please.
of the things that drew me to the Black Rock Philharmonic was I had just joined, just download the music, just learned it. And I'm a professional violinist. And so, of course, I worked really hard to get it ready for Playa, got to Playa. And then there was a person who was in charge of the kids program. And I loved that the Black Rock Philharmonic had a kids program. And so I got involved in the kids program. And so I was able to, and we had tons of kids that showed up to listen to some performances on different instruments and then to try out some different instruments.
Yes.
Cool.
So that was something especially Kidsville is huge into it.
Yeah.
The Black Rock Junior Rangers are into it. yeah, so it's really cool.
Yeah, so I do want to interject. Like, I do want to say the person who actually created that, his name is Jeremy Bregman. He was a musician in the orchestra, and he created this beautiful kids concert. And Shelly had been involved with this kids concert every single year, and it's just this beautiful like experience for children of Burning Man to put their hands on actual instruments and play like all the instruments, flute, trumpet, violin, cello, all the instruments, just so they can experience classical music in like a child setting. And he created the whole thing, and we did that for several years. And Shelly was 100% instrumental in making that happen.
And Shelly, you're
Fun? Do you need to know?
instrumental.
Oh, ba-dum-bum.
And Shelly, that's like what you do. You're an educator for musicians.
Year round.
Yeah.
Year round. And so one of the things that I leverage from what I have is I teach at a music store. So you had mentioned how much a bass drum costs. I have access to that kind of stuff. And I work with Baby Giraffe on making sure that the instruments get to the playa. My collection of string instruments goes out there every year.
Yeah.
So I have violins, I have violas, I have cellos, I have a string bass. Those all get packed into my RAV4 and get driven out to Baby Giraffe to go in her truck to go out to the playa.
That's a lot of space.
So that's for folks who can't afford to bring they have like their instrument. And
Maybe you only have one stand-up bass.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you don't want to bring it to playa.
I mean, I play the flute, but for the people that have their like $80,000 bass, like,
oh yeah,
they don't want to bring their nice ass instruments out. So Shelly. Oh, I don't even know what we would do with
brings an $18,000 bass out for you.
Yeah.
So I have access. A lot of the instruments that I get are, student instruments that have been gifted to me as the student progresses to a fancier instrument. So I don't have a problem with taking student instruments out to playa and putting nice strings, which is our secret. Put nice strings on a student instrument, and then they sound amazing.
Wow. That's so great. And then you are working with the young kids out there and allowing them to like put their hands on it and play with them. That's so cool. It's like a huge privilege that I got when I was getting into music was just in like 6th or 7th grade, getting to touch all of the instruments, getting to try blowing through them, getting to holding the bow. It was like... It's wild how not available that actually is. It's not that wild because it's thousands of dollars worth of instruments.
Yeah, in a country that funds their education system so well, it is stunning that more people don't get their hands on musical instruments at school. Really surprising.
Yeah. So, and then after playa, I clean them off because I'm a professional and I have the resources and I know how to clean instruments.
That's
amazing.
Imperative.
Yeah.
My God.
So that they still exist for next year.
Yeah.
Right. And I actually had to rent 4 extra cellos because we had so many cellists this past year. And I mean, I literally walk a few feet and I have access to 4 extra cellos.
Wow.
Because I'm in a store. And so I'm able to, and then I brought them back. I laundered the bags at my local laundromat. And then I cleaned off the cellos and handed them to them. And you couldn't tell they'd been to the playa.
Wild. How do you get the dust off of the inside of them?
Obviously, the inside has to have really good aim to get it on the inside. And rental cellos, they expect a little bit of dust inside of them just from the world. But I do a lot of performing outside, so I have the cleaners and I know what to use on what part of the instrument to get them clean.
You basically just run water into the F-hole and then try to shake it out.
No.
Put a little borax in there, a swab on a spring. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hot water's best because that allows the shape to hold.
Yeah. In addition to Shelly being like an educator, she is performing all the time. Like, I'm sure she can tell you more about what like events and fairs and just all the time.
And they're mostly outdoors.
Yeah. So she knows
So I
what's
know
up.
about being outdoors in the rain and the sun and the mud because it's theatrical. So there's mud. There's mud flying through the air as people throw it at each other. And I am fiddling while the mud. I have had little pieces of apples fall inside of my F-holes because I was accompanying a magician. And
Once again, the magicians are the bad guy.
no, it was great fun. He was a comic too. But the shards of the apple would come flying at me because they were aiming at a target with apples, live apples.
As one does.
Did
Live
you
up.
play fiddle with Gallagher?
No, I played for years with Shelly.
A different Apple-based prop comic.
A different alpha-based guy, yeah.
Gallagher was no magician.
No.
How does I hadn't really even thought at all about the amount of fucking work that it takes to bring all those instruments there and back and still have them function as instruments afterwards. That's nuts. This is the question that I'm really focused on. Like, how much time do you think you put in just prepping and like cleaning the instruments afterwards?
I mean, it's like any other Burning Man prep and post. You know, you have to clean your gear. I ride the burner bus, so I pack a tent. I have to clean my tent. I have to, go through all my batteries. And after last year, when the tents flooded, all of my batteries were corroded. So I had to take them all. It turns out I was able to take them to Staples and recycle them the proper way and get credit. So, I now have to have all new flashlights for this coming year and all new blinkies for my bicycle and all, So the standard amount of prep that any burner would put into whatever their nerdness is that they take out to the playa.
Shelly, I don't think you understand how lazy I am.
I've just learned that you're supposed to clean your supplies.
You said clean stuff afterwards, and I'm like, I washed my clothes.
I threw it in the attic and then kicked it over to the eaves like 3 months after that.
And you're talking about buying new lights, and I'm like, oh, my lights are always dead by the next year because I didn't take care of them. They're literally still sitting in a tub full of dust.
And I think I tried to clean my tent once and it didn't work. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not.
Why clean this?
Yeah.
But like an art project's worth of time and energy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
That's so rad. And it sounds like a pivotal part of making it happen at all.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, one of the things that we got sidetracked, but the real reason that cellists don't bring their instruments is because when people come from other countries, purchasing a seat on a plane isn't even a guarantee that your cello will not be put in the cargo hold and destroyed.
But that's freezing in there.
Exactly.
Low pressure.
And so, yes, and that can destroy the cello. So most people traveling by airplane in any part of their journey are not going to take a larger instrument.
Wild. So when professionals are like flying themselves and their instruments around, like Yo-Yo Ma is getting a seat for his instrument on the interior of a plane, but you as a regular musician cannot guarantee that?
Actually, even for the famous people, there's stories all the time of, I see forums where violinists had to spend the night sleeping on an airport floor because the plane was full. And even though they purchased a ticket for a seat for their instrument, for their Guarnerius violin from 16 something or other, that the plane said, nope, we're too full. It has to go in the hold. And they're like, nope, I'm not going on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't understand. This costs more than all of the cars in my entire family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens very frequently. Yeah, I remember Sheka Khan Mason had missed a sold-out concert in London because Air France didn't have the net technician to put the net over the cello in the seat that he had purchased for his cello. So this is commonplace.
You can just hug it for a couple hours. Don't be a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they won't let you eat your cello snack.
Rude.
Boo! I paid for that snack.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we're not supposed to share snacks? Like, if you don't want your peanuts, am I not supposed to eat them?
Well,
They don't have peanuts
the
anymore.
cello can't consent is the problem. But enough of talking about what was going on. What is going on with the Black Rock Philharmonic?
All right.
I hear there's something going on.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So
Okay,
wow, I don't
so
even.
I understand you don't want to name names.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this motherfucker
Oh my gosh.
right
Yeah.
now. And whenever you say the people's names that you would like redacted, I will replace them with this motherfucker.
All right. So the Black Rock Philharmonic has a new conductor, and she is an amazing musician, and her experience as a conductor is vast. Her name is Danielle Mays. She is a longtime burner. She has played with the orchestra before, and her default job is conductor. She conducts every age person from, elementary age to college age, and she's been doing it for years. So she has a vast knowledge and experience and background in conducting and arranging music and being a musician and performing and teaching. The Black Rock Philharmonic has a new conductor because it was time. And moving forward, I and Shelly and our new conductor, Danielle, and a couple of other people on our leadership team are moving the Black Rock Philharmonic into the future in a positive and safe and uplifting, I don't even know if that's a good word, direction, because it was time.
And the context, I can say this professionally, in the context of other orchestras, many, many orchestras change conductors over time. Yeah. And so this is a normal evolution of an orchestra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just as a side note, as a musician, I am so, and I keep telling Danielle this, her play name is Snow Patrol. As a musician, having somebody with such a vast knowledge of conducting, I am so excited to be conducted by her. I can't wait. That's just one of the things I'm really super excited about. And just to get like new ideas and like a fresh outlook on the orchestra, I'm really excited to have her and to see where this new chapter for the orchestra is headed. I just want it to be a safe and positive place for not only the musicians, but anybody that is volunteering with the orchestra. There shouldn't ever be a time when anybody feels less than or called out or not heard or targeted or any of those things. And, we're not getting paid. It's all volunteer.
This is your vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. And the way that
and it's our love.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way that I've always looked at it as, gifting, right? One of the principles. My history trying to find my place at Burning Man has always been what can I contribute? And so I've always looked at playing and being a part of the orchestra as my gift. That's what I can gift is my time and my effort as a musician playing with the orchestra, but then also helping create the orchestra. That's my gift. And so we're all just gifting something. And it's not like some pickup band where we just walk up and we're just playing whatever's on the page. We print out the music, and the musicians, not the ones not involved in the leadership, they are practicing for months and learning their parts of 8 or 9 different songs by themselves without knowing what it sounds like to play together. And they're spending that time.
And then once they come to the playa, they're spending some very focused time in rehearsal, getting it up to speed in a very short period of time.
Right. So we're putting all this effort in. It's a vacation. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of effort. And so there shouldn't ever be a time when anybody feels less than or called out or whatever the thing, right? So
it shouldn't suck for people.
Right.
It's going to suck one way or another, but it shouldn't suck because someone's making it suck.
Right.
And I feel like when I first joined the Black Rock Philharmonic, I was happy to sit in the back. I was just like, this is great. I'm not in charge. And then I got asked to be on the leadership team. And I was like, no, I do this.
You're just so competent.
Yeah, you never, ever want to show your competence.
That's how they fucking do you, though.
They'll give you a radio if you're not careful.
Hey,
Holy shit, you're here. I can retire. Have this.
hey, when you say they, you're talking about me. Hold on now. They is me. And,
right. As we sucker you deeper and deeper into the center camp volunteering.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that since I've been asked to be concertmaster, I now spend a lot more directed focus at realizing that when I'm on playa the first 5 days, I belong to the orchestra. And so, like, when I had to walk my bike, of course, did not work as soon as I arrived at Playa, because sometimes it's like that. And so I discovered that my priority every morning when I woke up was, get something to eat, get to rehearsal. And that was literally what I did every single day. That was my focus.
I'm just saying, can someone give Shelly a ride now? Like, like all the way to camp and stuff to drop off stuff?
Yeah, you can bring a much smaller U-Haul for all of your stringed instruments.
My team.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there is some background in this transition beyond the desire to move forward.
Yeah. So, full disclosure, it is very likely that there will be 2 orchestras on Playa named the Black Rock Philharmonic. And yeah, I mean, let's think about that for a second. I mean,
that's some petty shit right there.
With that being said, do I think that is great? No. And I'm really super worried about that. Many sleepless nights, and we'll probably have many more sleepless nights about that. However,
we just saw a short documentary yesterday about how difficult it was for Mini Kiss and Tiny Kiss, the bands, to be operating at the same time.
Right. Exactly. But I maintain, and I said it earlier, I'll say it again, it's not the default world. Like, there can be 3, 4, 5 orchestras. Like, there can be more than one. Maybe not named the same thing, but...
You already split off and changed your name, and you've already spawned another one who changed their name.
Exactly.
It's not like we're wall-to-wall live orchestras out there.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Right?
I wait for the day when people that go to Burning Man who just attend
where is the Unsoons? All
Right,
I
or
can stumble into is live musicians.
Or like
Man,
roll their
if I'm
eyes.
butthurt that my orchestra was like, hey, we don't like working with you, so we're not going to anymore. It's your responsibility when you launch your spite orchestra to call yourself the real Black Rock Philharmonic. You don't just say you're the folks that fired you. That's some bullshit. The actual Black Rock Philharmonic. Thank you very much.
So while we can joke, I'm it's very like it's been difficult.
Will you
It's
explain
really-
some of the difficulties so that we can have like some picture of how this has been? Because it sounds like it's been
Sure.
really rough.
Sure. So, I mean, I'm surrounded by very intelligent people. And so,
And D-Day.
Thank you.
so you guys know what the word and the definition of unilateral means. Like, you guys understand that, right?
One line.
Yeah, right. So the big issue that this other group of people had was that a decision was made unilaterally, air quotes, to have the conductor move on, and that, what have I heard? Power grab, a hijack.
A power grab by the community against me.
Right.
One guy.
And in a very real sense, a very literal definition of unilateral decision, yes. Was it a decision made by one person? Yes. However, there was nobody else to make that decision. Now, while I fully just said that, I want to also say that that was not the narrative that the conductor gave. So oh, geez.
This motherfucker.
He gave a narrative, and this group of people did not stick to his narrative. Now, I made it very clear that he could tell whatever narrative he wanted to tell.
That was your first mistake.
Well, in the private emails between him and I said to him, you can tell whatever narrative you're going to tell. I suggest you tell the truth, but you can tell whatever narrative you want.
Yeah, we're breaking up. You get to do your own narrative.
Right.
And usually, like, when you hear a real off-the-wall narrative from someone, you trust that guy.
I mean, it's really confusing, especially when you're in a place of like such visible leadership, right? like someone that everyone is looking to
Yeah.
to create the, like, it's one of those things that it kind of drives you crazy where it's like, I know, Shelly, you're stepping up, but it's like Shelly's work, the person who is cleaning the instruments, pulling them out there, making sure those things happen. You can not know that.
Yeah.
You can be playing in that orchestra right next to Shelly and not know all of the time and energy that Shelly puts in. But there's this very visible figurehead that everyone is looking at all of the time. And that makes a power differential.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because taking it back a little bit to the creation of the Black Rock Philharmonic, after that first year, we had a lot of drama after that first year. There were people in leadership, one person in leadership, that decided they didn't like what the Black Rock Philharmonic was doing and wanted to take the orchestra at that time and make it her own. And so after 2018, a couple of people in leadership, myself and, one of the other people, he decided that he was going to create trademarks and trademark the Black Rock Philharmonic, buy the domain, as you do, as one does, right? And so he got a very good lawyer, made everything legit, and was able to use those things at that time, the trademarks, the law, the lawyers, to stop those people from stealing the orchestra. And that was after 2018 going into 2019. And that particular person had tried to systematically remove everybody and steal the orchestra and blah, blah, blah at that time. So that's only important to know, because when that particular person left the orchestra after 2023, that person signed over legally through their lawyer the trademarks and the domain to me. So in early 2024, I acquired the legal side, all of the trademarks, the domain, everything was put in my name.
As sort of the administrative lead or one of the administrative leads of the orchestra.
Right. And at that time, those trademarks were created so that other people couldn't steal the orchestra and create their own thing. I now own those trademarks and am trying to do the exact same thing, prevent people from stealing the orchestra and creating their own thing. So that's kind of where we're at now. Very briefly and on the surface of...
When you have a group of people, either an actual corporation or just a bunch of folks working together, actual logistics does not allow all of those people's names to be on things like a website or like government documentation or shit like that. So there has to be a person who is listed on those documents.
Dude, when we sat down to make this podcast, D-Day handed us paperwork that was like, this is all of ours. It is not one of ours. It's all of ours. And all I could be was like, who hurt you? What are you
the
talking
last
about?
podcast I did.
Yeah.
Where two people were like, hey, we're leaving and you're not allowed to use any of the episodes or like sketches that our voices appeared on. And luckily, hi, Ian, my friend Ian, is a copyright attorney. And he's very sexy and ultra British. Hi, Ian. But he was just like, no, man, you were all involved in that. You all own that copyright. And as such, whether people want you to use it or not, you can. And if you don't want them to use it, they can. So, détente, motherfucker. And I was just like, can you please just write that as a letter?
So this person who is stepping sideways out of and yet wanting to retain the name of is the conductor, right? That I got that correct.
The prior conductor.
The prior conductor.
One of them, yeah.
One of them. Of course you guys have more than one conductor.
Well, no, one of the people that is trying to acquire this. But yeah, it would be so much easier if, because he's no longer involved with the orchestra. We have a brand new conductor. There's now a group of people that are putting together an orchestra, and he is part of that. Like, what would be so much easier is if they just decided to call themselves something new.
Else.
Just call yourself something new. That would
There's
fix
something
all
really
of
special
this.
about folks like directors and conductors who they just assume by their centralized importance in the production of this art that they just happen to own these human beings and this entire idea, and it's not true.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing that I want to say. So after all the drama that happened in 2018, because it was a lot. There were 4 people in leadership at that time. creating the orchestra, bringing it to Playa, one of the things we decided was there was no one person that was the face of the orchestra. Like not the conductor, not myself, not the logistic and financial backer, at that time, not the concert mistress. Like no one person is the face, right? And as a musician, I understand that like musicians, they follow the conductor. Like I get that. I feel that way. But like Shelly said, it's a common practice for orchestras to replace their conductor. So it's not like the conductor is,
is the orchestra.
And another thing that I'd like to point out, and maybe this is kind of bitchy or whatever, but people of Burning Man are not coming to see the orchestra because of the conductor. They're
No.
They're just not.
Nobody is.
I'm not.
You mean the stick waiver?
Right.
I get 2 free chopsticks for every meal I buy at the Chinese restaurant.
I think it must, like, part of why this is so irritating is because when you left an orchestra, you renamed it. Like, you weren't saying, no, we're doing Playa Pops too. You guys changed your name. It's just like,
Even
do
beyond that,
new.
the arrogance of thinking that because you have been asked/told that you're no longer the director / composer of this group of people, that you're just like, well, that idea is mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Black Rock City sketch players have said they don't want me to direct their sketch comedy anymore. So I have the Black Rock City sketch players now. That is some low self-esteem-y bullshit.
Yeah. I completely agree. And
That said, this is D-Day's Accuracy Third podcast, and the URL is going to reflect that in the very soon future.
And I should also mention that there are a number of musicians who are kind of caught in the confusion.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Because many of us do not spend all year thinking about the orchestra. Many people have default lives and default things that they do, and they just think, okay, this is, I'll pay attention to the email in May when they post the website, and I'll start practicing music, and I'll go do the thing, and then come back and return to default world. So there are a number of people who are really confused by the entire thing.
Yeah.
Never give the conductor the actual email list. You give them the group name. And they can email the group, but they don't get to email the individual members.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really confusing when, like, the role that you guys take on doing the administrative support to make sure it all happens is such a big lift, whereas the vast majority of folks that are in the orchestra are folks who are only doing the giant lift of learning all of these pieces, showing up on time, bringing their asses out into the middle of the desert. Like, it's already so huge for them. It must be complicated to be like, wait a second, this is an email from the conductor talking about the Black Rock Philharmonic, which is what I do.
And I think the most bizarre thing, so doing this year round for the most part for several years, that's my role, right? But when you put it into perspective, like it's an orchestra that exists 1 week out of the year. It is so weird.
Weird but consistent across all aspects of Burning Man.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Burning Man. I love the departments that I work in. But I mean, do I identify as a burner, right? Like, okay, all right. But to say that your identity is wrapped up in a thing that only exists 1 week out of the year.
I contain depths.
Right. Like I don't want to negate anybody's experience at Burning Man, but the fact that it's just 1 week out of the year, but it's just so weird to me.
There's some weird value thing that some people in the arts who are in front of audiences get from their identity being too close to their artistic expression.
I honestly think it's more of a turkey neck thing. A guy who was able to be given responsibilities and management in Burning Man culture, where his response was, no one listens to me except these people. Like, this is the only place that I'm allowed to have this energy and this power that, like, I wouldn't be offered within normal circumstances. I think there's this, like,
Could be that, or there's the reality that Burning Man is a community like any other, and so 5% of our community are
sociopaths?
Are sociopaths and narcissists and people who whose reactions to stimuli are in no way reasonable ever.
D-Day's sociopaths and narcissists.
Where else are you going to get so many
that
eyes
sticker.
on your penis as standing in front of an 80-piece orchestra?
No. If I was including you, that we're talking about ADHD, and then you're talking about like 50%.
No, I'm
of the
saying they're
audience.
mine.
Oh, I
Yeah,
I
those
see.
are
Right,
my
you're
sociopaths and narcissists.
you're doing it.
Thank you. Yeah, they're my group. It's a callback.
And so to introduce a little bit of levity and a slight comparison,
That's rude.
one of the things that I'm kind of famous for is for years at the Dickens Christmas Fair, I was the world famous fiddling Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Yes.
Yes. Well, and you know where else I saw a whole bunch of people in green during a sports ball game?
No.
At the
The
Super Bowl.
halftime show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because they were the grass. Because you
Yeah,
can't
they were the
you can't
sugar
get that
cane.
much grass out there without it being people. You've got 15
Right.
minutes to set and reset.
So
And
amazing.
so I bear no issues with other people dressing up in green
Yeah.
and doing that thing. I hold no control over
Well,
it.
you're not a fascist.
Yeah.
So you emphasized a couple of times about making sure that the Philharmonic is a safe place for those participating.
Yeah.
Were there some incidents that make this an emphasis for you?
Hard-hitting questions, Rex. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, that is a good question. And it's the questions that should be asked. And, safety.
And if
I
you
feel-
don't want to share details, you can be general about what it is you're trying to.
I will be general. And I for me, safety not only includes consent in all its forms, safety also includes like volunteers who don't want to be screamed at or like,
Emotional safety.
right.
And having the support.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all hands on deck. So no one person is higher than, say, the person who drives the truck that is unloading the instruments. Like, just because you're a thing, like, okay, I'll use myself. So just because I'm the flute section lead and creator of the Black Rock Philharmonic does not mean I get to stand around and watch other people work really hard and, deflect questions by saying, oh, I'm just going to whatever. That's not what it's about. Like, be involved or move on. And so there's that. There's also the culture of Burning Man. We joked a little bit about it, but if you want to be a naked person, if you want to be a topless woman, if you want to shirt cock, if you want to do these things, there should be safety where you can do those things and know that you're going to be safe doing those things. And safety includes not being photographed and not being like any definition of safety, right? So you should be able to be a young 20-something-year-old
Naked hot person.
right, that wants to play the violin in the first row, and you should be able to do that fully clear, knowing that you're going to be safe doing it. Also, the orchestra is all inclusive, which means all ages, all abilities. Like last year, we had an 8-year-old cellist.
Just fucking up the joint. But she was really cute.
She was so sweet and so had a lot of anxiety about it. Her mom was there, sat we made room for her mom, sat next to her
That's
mom.
really cute.
Like that mother and that young child should be able to look around. And yeah, they know they're Burning Man, so yeah, naked or whatever. But they should also know that they're safe doing that. And in every regard, people aren't going to say to this, the mom, what the hell are you doing in the orchestra? She should know that she's safe to do that as well. And
Sounds like you're quite the tyrant.
my main concern and focus for the entire time I've been part of leadership is just make sure everybody is safe and having a good time or the time that they want to have, right?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that desire for safety is in resistance to like training as a musician? Like, do you feel like most musicians go through times where there are conductors shouting at them, but that's their job? Or are like, is it a resistance to an unsafe situation when it comes to how we raise musicians?
I can actually address some of that. There is a huge amount of controversy in the classical music world about some very unsafe situations that musicians keep being put in. And safety can be, and I'm not the first to say this, it can be emotional, it can be mental, it can be physical, it can be intellectual, all of those. And one of the reasons I decided to join the Black Rock Philharmonic was because I wanted to have the safety of a structured orchestra that would have my back no matter what I needed. So, of course, my first year that I was sitting in the back of the first violin sections, the chair I brought to sit in broke. And they came up with a chair for me. And, it's small stuff like that, but you got to have the support. And that structure, that safety is really huge for people to take the risk to bring out instruments. Because there are some instruments that you cannot bring out, that you cannot have substitutes for, that you just have to bring your $20,000, $30,000 instrument. But I'm going to go ahead and yield. But I just wanted to interlude that a lot of orchestras are having a reckoning at this point. One such orchestra was the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, which had a Me Too situation. And they also had someone mention that the audition was all dead white guys music, and that there was no Native American music, there was no culturally sensitive music in the standard repertoire. And so that person felt that they couldn't play, their music for an audition. So this is going on throughout the classical music world.
It's time for all institutions to have their reckoning in that regard. Institutions are, by and large, inherently conservative, and all of them need to take a look at, yes, the entrenched power structure is not your fault. Good for you. But some people have had their voices heard enough. And you, as an individual, is not who we are talking about.
Right.
Your viewpoint has been parsed over and over and over and over again. Let's see the world from a couple other perspectives. Fucking please.
Yeah.
Which is why we're so excited about our new conductor.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Yeah, I'm really glad Shelly brought that up, because that is, just because historically, let's just say, right, it's been accepted or overlooked in the default world. It doesn't mean we can't be better on playa. And I will fully admit, as somebody who has been in charge of leadership for the Black Rock Philharmonic, I haven't always known the right way to protect people, but it is time, and it's just time. And especially since, Burning Man it's a weird entity, right? And it's a thing that's more accepting of things like the nudity and so it's more accepting in that way. And it needs different protections. Protecting people should not be stronger than in the default world, but myself, I should be working harder on protecting people. And that's kind of why the orchestra is where it is right now, is because it was time. The focus should be
on beautiful music.
On beautiful music.
And supported musicians who are doing their very best in difficult environmental circumstances.
And I'm gonna disagree with you slightly.
Okay.
I think we should be stronger than how we protect people in the default world, because I think we do a shit job protecting people in the default world. And one of the great things about going to Burning Man is we get to question all our first principles about how we organize and what we value, and protecting each other is something we can do in ways much, much stronger than we do in a world where the Epstein class seems to be ruling things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rex, for that.
Yeah.
I agree.
And especially since the Black Rock Philharmonic, we're not a camp. So it's not like we've got, a grand infrastructure where we can monitor what people are doing or how people are being treated or whatever like that. So anything that I'm doing needs to be extra forward thinking, just so that, like we're at center camp, we're at these different locations, art pieces. And so it's not like something we can necessarily rely on in regards to, you're at your camp, somebody calls you a name or screams at you or whatever the thing, right? That's inappropriate.
Then you're around a bunch of your community that can hold that person accountable because they all think that that's inappropriate.
Right. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I fully want to say right here, right now, I do not think I'm the face. Like, I am not the face of the orchestra. Our conductor is not the face of the like, that's not the thing. That's not it. I am just solely trying to protect something that I love, and all the people involved in it are worth protecting in every way. And the only way we can come together as an orchestra and play beautiful music and be in tune and have these magical experiences at Burning Man is if everybody feels like they have the space to do that. And so myself and Shelly and our conductor Danielle and a couple of other people in our leadership team and Torque, who drives our truck and is our logistical guy, like, you should hear some of the things, like, he's the fire, but everybody should feel like they can create and contribute in a way that is heard.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You say you haven't necessarily known how to protect everyone in the right way. How could you possibly know how to manage a project of this scale from the jump? This has got to be an enormous learning curve.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez. Full disclosure, like the people who were the leadership team at the beginning of the Black Rock Philharmonic, because we had such a negative experience with one person, it was like nobody wanted to be the face. Nobody wanted to have a title because it's everybody's orchestra and all that, right? So that, for myself, the way that I work is I need like a direction. I need a goal. I need to have a thing that I can do. And so I've struggled with that every single year. Like, what's my role? Like, guys, I need a title. I know you guys don't want to have a title, but I need a title just so I have a jumping off point so I can go, PR. Okay, what's PR? Okay, I can, and then have a thing that I can like work towards.
I've always seen Baby Giraffe as kind of like the machine behind everything. I really respect Baby Giraffe's hard work in really continuing to move us forward and on being the one with the name on all the places, because what she does is really critical. To disrespect her is to, it's kind of the old adage of you've got to make sure in an office that you are really super kind to the janitor and really super kind to the person, the secretary, and really super kind to the person who has the keys to everything, because that's everything all rolled up in one is what she's got.
You're talking to a bunch of facilities managers and administration leads, so we absolutely agree.
100%. Yeah.
Yes, and that is Baby Giraffe.
Appreciate that.
And I'm honored to just be able to come in with my collection of whatever I have on hand and be able to play music and be able to help with bowings and help with leading the orchestra. But I always try to remind myself, now I am Mexican-American, so I am about humility. It's really important for me to stay humble. It's not about me. People are not coming, they're not coming to see the butt of the conductor. They're not coming to see me and my bow. They're coming to see a group that breathes together. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want. I want this communal joy.
Yeah. And I think that, thank you, Shelly. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I think that's a really good segue into my most favorite memory or experience with the Black Rock Philharmonic. And that was in 2019 at the Folly concert. And that concert was just pure magic. And it was something that I think we've been chasing since then, is just the organic, like, it was the first year we played Bohemian Rhapsody, and it was just
Queen.
I'm getting chills thinking about it, just because it was just such a magical experience. And there was fire and 3,000 or so people like singing and dancing. And I was crying and trying to play. And it's, it was just such a magical experience. And that is the purpose. That particular concert happens late in the week. So people have had their week of Burning Man and they're tired and they're dirty and they're crusty and they've heard their unst and they've had their grilled cheese and they're all the things, right? And that particular concert is like it's just something magical about it. And we've literally been chasing that experience since then. And that's why I do it. I do it for the innumerable amounts of people that have said to me or emailed me or come up to me and said, I've never heard a classical concert and I heard you guys last year and now it's like why I come to Burning Man, or it's the one thing I search for every year, to see a concert, or it's I heard the concert at the temple and my fill in the blank died and it helped fill my soul. And like, that's the reason. Not for notoriety, not for
Money.
Money, not to stroke our egos, not to any of that stuff. None of that. It's
to gift your art.
Yeah. It's the music, right? The music brings the people together.
For me, it was last year when we played Fanfare for the Common Man, and we started off with that beautiful percussion build, and it felt like we were 20 feet tall, and then we continued with our brass, and our lead trumpet player had arranged the brass part for the string orchestra to be able to join. And so the violins and violas and cellos were able to play, and the basses were able to play those same glorious pieces of music. And to have something that was so for the common man, and really something that connected to people, that to me was a beautiful moment. And really our whole program this past year, I was super proud of it. And of course, the soloists, including Baby Giraffe, who sang very moving, some music that really, really made a lot of people cry. And so it was just last year was incredible. I would like for us to have many more incredible years.
Thank you. Same.
Yeah.
I think that's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope so.
I believe it. I believe it. We're making it happen.
It's been difficult, and trying to keep this together has been difficult, but the support of Shelly has been I mean, there's been days when I've just been so broke about everything that's happened. I don't like putting my emotion, I'm a very emotional person. I don't like putting my emotions on other people because I wear them on my sleeve, and just being able to call Shelly and like, hey, Shelly, I've got some bad news. And her going, you're a badass, or whatever the thing has really like, it's been everything. And Danielle as well has been really supportive and really backing this iteration of the Black Rock Philharmonic and really positive about moving it forward in the way that we want to move it forward. And I've really had to remind myself over the past couple of months, like I can't control, not that I try, but we all struggle with the control, but I can't control what anybody else is doing, right? I can't control what's being put on social media. I can't control really what people are saying, maybe about me or whatever the thing. I can only control moving forward what I'm going to do to help the orchestra move forward. And that is all I can do. and
we're going to do it together.
We are. We're going to do it together, and we'll see. And I hope that I know there's going to be some amazing music played on Playa. No matter who's playing it, there's going to be amazing music, and there's going to be many opportunities for people to hear classical music or jazz or bluegrass or live rock music or whatever the thing that you want, right? I know there's going to be many amazing opportunities, whether it's raining or dusty or hot or whatever the thing, right? So, or muddy or whatever. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, Baby Giraffe, we should mention our website for people listening to the podcast who are interested in signing up for our orchestra.
Yes. Okay. So, original website, blackrockphilharmonic.org. That's the website. You can sign up there. Also, later on, once the music selection team, Shelly and Danielle, and anybody else who wants to join that team, decide what our music's going to be, it will be posted like it always is on our website. Again, blackrockphilharmonic.org. And please, if you are brand new, if you are just learning an instrument, River, If you've played for a while and you play clarinet and you want to try to play again, we take all skill levels. I mean, I'm not a professional musician. I literally only play to practice Burning Man music and then play at Burning Man. Then there are people like Shelly, who she literally plays every day. She's an educator. She's a professional musician, and everybody in between. Like I said, we had our 8-year-old last year, and then we've had professional musicians. There's no auditions. Everybody is accepted into our orchestra.
And we do encourage the wind players to sign up early because we do sometimes have to cap our clarinet section.
Or definitely our
I'm
flute
sorry,
section.
Woody Allen. We have too many clarinets in the Black Rock Philharmonic this year. You'll have to fuck off.
Clarinetists, now's your time to start practicing your oboe.
Well, yeah, please, if you play
Oh, it
oboe.
would be fabulous.
Yeah.
Everyone needs an oboe player, but nobody wants one.
Bring as many reeds as you possibly can to play.
It's because those double reeds, they look so silly. You're going to have to arrange something for slide whistle for me.
Oh, your percussion section, you're in. Sign up, you're in. Yeah. Yeah, sections like the flute section, we always get a ton of flutes. We always joke about it. Well, I don't, because I don't think it's super funny. But yeah, flute section always has to close early because, there are many, many people who play the flute. And so 27 flutes to 5 violins doesn't really work. But yeah, if you play a wind instrument, make sure to sign up soon if you want.
What are
BlackRockPhilharmonic.org.
Are there sections that are weak? Do you need anything specific?
We
viola.
love violins. We love firsts. We love seconds. We love violas. We
Viola,
love basses.
bassoon. We went from the history of the brass section went from nothing to, we can fill the entire stage at Center Camp Canopy with just the brass section. Like in the past, we've had a very strong brass section, but
There were a lot of people influenced by that Sky revival.
yeah, yeah.
Da, 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 da.
So yeah,
Man, the 90s was a fucking time. The 90s was all over the map.
really the only guidelines we go by is reading music is a big plus. But other than that, you'll just have to sign up, print your music out at home, practice, and then make it to Playa, come to a couple rehearsals, and then we'll be doing 3 concerts, and that's typically how we do every year. Again, blackrockphilharmonic.org.
Especially if you play the chimes.
Well, I
We
want
have
to
chimes.
thank you both so much for coming in.
I want to put them. I want to put them up in my living room. Anytime anything snarky happens, I just want to
fucking swipe them. Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's better than having a gong.
Oh, we need a gong.
No, we need chimes.
We did have an anvil one year.
Oh, we did. Like
Oh,
a
that's
full
cool as
anvil.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Play an anvil.
yeah,
Yeah, they gong.
yeah.
They ring out.
Do you have a musical saw?
No, but we have had people sign up as theremin players before. We haven't ever used them. We also had one guy, which I wish we could have figured out. He signed up as a beatboxer.
Oh, cool.
The percussion section will know how to use him.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have to mic him is the thing.
Megaphone. A megaphone's like a mic on one side of a cone.
It is.
We have a fabulous sound person.
Our sound guy is Randon.
Oh,
So,
of course.
Well,
yeah.
You're fine. Yeah.
Randon is
Bring the
amazing.
beatboxer.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you
that'd
so
be so
much, you
cool.
guys,
Yeah.
and thank you, Shelly. I'm so happy you got hooked in.
Yes. Excellent. It's such a treat to be a guest on Accuracy Third.
Yes, thank you so
Rex
much.
and Beth. And
A treat
everybody.
for us as well.
Our absolute pleasure.
Que está en el monte suena. Pa' lo que nace pa' violín.
Welcome back to D-Day's Accuracy Third podcast. That was Shelly and Baby Giraffe. And thank you two so much for telling us all about your experiences at Burning Man, as well as the Black Rock City Philharmonic, which I think I've never seen, with the exception of in our staff camp, which everyone will get to hear as the button of this episode.
I'm trying to remember if I have seen them. I think I have. I think they were accompanying the dance performance under the sphere that I saw.
That sounds right. I have seen them, actually. I don't know what big structure I saw them under. Were they there that time that we saw Cirque perform at Manbase?
I don't think so.
Yeah, all I remember about that was eating some cheese.
It was good cheese, though.
Really good cheese.
Yeah.
Such good cheese.
No, I remember you implored me to eat the cheese, and I was like, I don't want the cheese. And you were like, this is really good cheese. You should have the cheese. And I was like, I'm super full. And you were like, this is really good cheese on playa. And I had some of the cheese, and it was quite good.
Yeah.
Yep. Goddamn good cheese.
Yeah, not like that shit they serve over at the Lost Penguin.
Throwing bows.
Yeah, a little bit. Had a real bad year there.
The Lost Penguin? I don't think I know them.
Lost Penguin Cafe. I think it's a cafe. They have wine and chocolate and cheese there. Or they did in 2009. A long, long time ago. And I don't know if it ever made the podcast itself. I talked about the year that I went to Burning Man with my recently broken up with ex-girlfriend who I had dated for like 4 or 5 years. And then went to Burning Man together because those were our plans. And we were like 2 weeks out and I wasn't about to change my plans at that point.
Wait, did she break up with you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have dated for the rest of my life.
Phew. She broke up with you, and then you're like, let's go to Burning Man together.
No, she broke up with me, and like, you know, we still loved each other and everything. It's just that she wanted to have like a family and kids, and that's not a thing I wanted.
And yet.
Well, I told her, just like I told my ex-wife, this isn't a thing that I want, but I want to stay with you, and I will be happy to do this with you. But it's not a choice I would make on my own, which is not ever taken as romantically as I mean it.
I would tolerate a child for you, my love.
It's not that I would tolerate a child. I love children. There are only a couple people that I could imagine being a parent with. And I'm not a parent with either of them. Man, sometimes we do these ins and outs and there are bits that are gold, even though like I'm not going to send all of it to the patrons. And I just kind of like want to excerpt it and send it to Front Tug. Just like, hey, Front Tug, here's 20 minutes of like great, really compelling audio that no one but you will ever hear.
He would love you forever.
He would. Front Tug, hi Front Tug, made the suggestion to me over the weekend that we do different zhuzhings of hot white creme de menthe.
Oh, yeah? What is the zhuzh suggestion?
He suggested 2. 1, wasabi white creme de menthe.
I don't know if wasabi's going to like...
Go with mint?
Well, get folded into the liquid as well.
I could still wash it. That's not the problem. The problem is there's not a lot of like horseradish mint dishes.
I think it could work.
I'm not saying that we're not going to do it.
The problem is that wasabi is expensive.
It doesn't need to be real wasabi.
We can just shave some horseradish in there and put a little bit of green fruit.
I mean, honestly, if we're going to do it, we should do it.
Creme de menthe is expensive enough. We don't need to also be burning money on real wasabi. He also suggested that we do Sichuan peppers, make it tingly.
Minty and nummy.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think would ever be hot enough, but it would be unpleasant in a completely different way.
We've got those weird long peppers.
We do have those weird long peppers.
We should make like a long pepper bitters or something.
I hate that we're having this conversation, but I think we should make a long pepper shrub.
I just need my white wine spritzer. That's all I need.
We're all going to need white wine spritzer. Oh, man, I'm going to get so many flats of Diet Sprite from Costco before we head out to Playa. So many.
That's what the long pepper bitters is for, is to zhuzh up the white wine spritzer, to busy it up.
Horrifying.
I like that we have a pop-up bar that only exists for like 3.5 hours one day on Playa, while it also being the worst, most complicated bar on Playa. It's not the worst bar on Playa. The worst bar on Playa is serving rot gut whiskey mixed with high C orange. But we put a lot of effort into being the worst bar on Playa.
Yeah, we're very creatively bad. This isn't just no mixers, whiskey vodka for you.
It's not just no mixers, no ice, whiskey vodka anymore. We've done that for years.
With really nice whiskey. It was a painful thing.
And we're back.
Were we just not back?
Holy shit. Were we gone?
Where
Absolutely.
are we?
We are in the Shedio, where we had the opportunity to talk to Baby Giraffe in person and Shelly over the phone.
Thank you guys so much for coming and talking to us, especially Baby Giraffe. It's so good to see your face off playa. And thank you for letting us into your world. I'm sorry that world is full of lawsuits.
Yeah, what a mess.
I never told you about my lawsuit. I'll tell you about my lawsuit later, Beth.
Oh, yay. Fun times. Do you want to tell us about your lawsuit? Do you have a Burning Man related lawsuit?
Oh, my God.
We'd love to hear about it.
Laszlo, come back. Tell us about your Burning Man related lawsuits.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Could we do like Burning Man People's Court?
We're already doing it. Everyone, please send us your disputes, and we will put out episodes where we talk to one and or the other of you in succession and then come up with a binding legal decision on who owes what to whomst.
That can be the activity for our listener party. We can have the Accuracy Third Tribunal.
Oh, I'm making the biggest gavel.
If you know Baby Giraffe like we know Baby Giraffe, you might have noticed that both Baby Giraffe and Shelly were very concise about how they wanted to say things very specifically around all of this because it sucks and it's a bunch of real people. So, don't take this as a sign to be shitty at anyone. This is not a reason to be shitty at anyone.
One of the reasons they're shitty is because the rest of us have decorum, and some of us who have decorum also have poise. Poise, like Shelly and Baby Giraffe have.
The Accuracy Herd is not a morning zoo army. We do not need you to do pranks and assaults on the media on our behalf. Though if you do, we will send you a WoW sticker.
Jesus Christ. I feel assaulted.
And we're back.
Were we gone?
In a manner of speaking.
Accuracy Third is produced by Accuracy Third.
The music in this episode is by Buddy.
No shit.
Guys,
Our buddy?
our Buddy.
Wait, by Buddy Guy?
No, Buddy Guy did the closing track in Sinners. Everyone, that's Buddy Guy. That's right. Buddy Guy is not only still alive, he fucking rips.
Yeah, our buddy.
Our Buddy,
Is nowhere near death.
the last time... Oof.
Yeah, please.
Our Buddy, the last time we interviewed him in the previous episode, in episodic time, he mentioned that he is on a track that he was pretty sure is on Bandcamp. And a couple days after we did the ins and outs with him for his Anonymous Village episode, he sent me a personal chat in the Discord, and it was Buddy sending me the link to the Bandcamp page where he is on a track called, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, called Palo Yaya by Ritmo e Canto. And Ritmo e Canto on this track is featuring Buddy. Buddy, thank you for your music. I think it made this episode sound even greater than it was going to sound anyway.
I really like that in the episode about the orchestra where we have a bunch of recordings that we could use of them playing on Playa. We instead went with Buddy's music.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too. Thank you. Yeah, Black Rock Philharmonic, if you would share your music with us, I will be happy to put it in an episode where it may or may not be thematically appropriate. That is my promise as an editor and producer to you.
Is Buddy's music harmonic?
I don't know exactly how to categorize the music of...
Ritmo y Canto?
I am so off-put by your steel trap of a brain. I can't remember, someone with a very Americanized name who I've just met, 90 seconds later, I'm just like, fuck, is that Steven? Is that Scott? What the fuck is it? It might start with an S or a backwards 5. But you just remember Ritmo y Canto off the rip. That is stunning. Ritmo y Canto, I would categorize as a little world music-y. I don't know what Buddy was playing on it. Buddy, are you playing bongos? Are you playing the chimes?
Are you playing clapping? I assume there's clapping.
There may be clapping. I'll know more as I cut it up and put it in the transitions tomorrow.
Is it syncopated?
If I remember correctly, it's syncopated. I listened to it once to make sure that I could use it as sound bed. And buddy, I can use this as sound bed. If you would like to contribute to this podcast, you can do so by emailing us at accuracy3rd@gmail.com and letting us know that you would like to share your Burning Man stories with us, which we will be chomping at the bit to ask you to come in for an interview in 3 to 8 months after you email us 2 or 3 times to bring that email to the top of our inbox.
Here's the thing. And listen, here's the deal. All 3 of us have email jobs. It makes the email part of this not a job, more of a job. We're sorry.
It's true.
We love you. We will answer your emails. We will. Just not in like a professional, timely manner, ever. It can't.
But if you have $375,000 that you can donate to this podcast every year, Beth and I can quit our jobs and work full-time for this podcast, and Rex will continue working for Burning Man because Rex's job is pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, it's true. I would totally stay on.
I know.
God, you make a lot more money than I thought if that's how much it costs because, like, I want to be clear, I'm now the lowest paid of all 3 of us.
I don't make that much money, but my job does have benefits and health insurance and things like that, which we will have to start covering by ourselves. And, I padded that a bit. What if we only get $275,000 a year? Oh, no. You can contribute to that $275,000 number if you would like to give us $1 or $2 on Patreon. That's patreon.com/A3RD. Join our Patreon, get some unedited interviews, and some unedited in and out sessions of me, Beth, and Rex shooting the shit before and after we intro and outro our episodes. And if you are one of our patrons who needs a playa name, we will be happy to provide you one. Just email us and we will send you a link.
And if you do become a patron at the $375,000 annual level, you will receive complimentary Accuracy Third bobbleheads. That's right. Your own Rex, Beth, and D-Day to put upon your dashboard and bobbles along with you as you tootle around the town.
Look, I'm not too proud to say that if you give us over $300,000 a year, I will give you an annual suck-off.
Yeah, I would thought blowjob was the first thing, too. It's like, obviously, you would get a blowjob from each of us.
And I'll use my teeth, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I will give it the college and the master's degree try. I will. I will study this shit. I will write a works cited. I will scrape my teeth up and down your shaft.
Only one of us knows how to give blowjobs, but you have to take all 3.
Yeah. Hey, I will tongue a clam. I will tongue a clam all fucking night. If you are a wealthy lady, you are in for some business. Let me tell you what. But the point is, $375,000, please.
I was a sex educator.
So you know how to give a blowjob?
I certainly know how to educate about it.
If you would like to educate us about being fun at our listener appreciation party, we will be having a listener appreciation party.
We have 3 art cars now that want to host our thing.
Which
Thank
one's
you,
the
art
best?
cars. They're all the best because art cars can all party with us all in some place.
I was just thinking we should have them pull into a triangle.
A 4 art car triangle?
I said 3.
Right, but we're going to get another one.
Well, then a hexagon or whatever the fuck.
So one of the issues with having an art car party is where's the shade?
In the middle of the art cars. Or someplace they drive us to. Art cars, tell us about your shade. Thank you for offering to host our party. We are going to party with probably all of you.
We can bring a tarp.
We've got that flag. Come on, everyone cram in under the flag. We've got white wine spritzers.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be 20 people hunkering in the shade of a car, drinking hot white wine and Diet 7-Up. This is fun that we're doing art cars. It's new. It's exciting.
It is. It'll be Wednesday, 2:00.
Yeah, and it turns out we have some people already on board, and we're open for more art cars. This is actually interesting as opposed to having a venue. I'm pretty sure we can take 3.5 art cars
And if that half of an art car can swing by,
Oh, I was
our
counting
personal
Andy's
camp,
art car as the half an
that's
art
the
car.
one I'm talking to. douche at about 1:40. I'm going to need to be shouted out of my tent where I've just changed out of my sweaty cooking clothes, and I would like to be taken to a party, please.
We'll probably do it. What Outer Playa?
Outer?
I would like to go to a random location in Outer Playa.
You guys don't think we're going to end up by the arcade?
Well, I'm only 75% that we're actually constructing the narcade.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey.
Hey, it's the end of March. We have one play top.
We haven't had
It's-
time.
and it's also been too wet to.
Sure. Yeah.
We're gonna
Look,
get-
man, it's not 30%, it's 70%.
Yeah, that's as much. That's as farther than we've ever gotten
Yeah,
in an
that's
hour.
an F plus.
Yeah.
And we got all the hardware.
70% is a C.
Well, we've got half the hardware.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
70 is a C?
Yeah.
Then when I got a D minus in statistics in college, what was that?
Like D minus.
Below the median.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what they told me. I stayed for like 60 to 90 minutes after every class to earn that D minus.
Do you have a C grade
Unmedicated
art car?
ADHD in college undergrad? Yes, I did. I'm sorry, what about your C minus art car?
I'm just saying, if we understand that your art car might be a C, we're up for C's. C is passing.
If you are an electrical engineer who listens to our podcast and you know what kind of batteries we should be getting for Douche's art car, please reach out to us at accuracythird@gmail.com, and maybe his car will go more than a quarter of a mile before it dies this year.
Is that it? Do we have more things?
Discord.
Burnernarc.com.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Talk to people. It's fun.
Estaba en el vientre de mi madre. Para lo que nace pa' violín, desde que está en el monte suena. Desde que está en el monte suena, desde que está en el monte suena. Para lo que nace pa' violín.
I got a text message in Reno. So I go to Reno to teach my first class, and I get a text message, and I'm usually texting people on Playa a little bit because I miss them a lot and just to say hi and stuff. And I get a text message from Andy being like, I walked out of the porta potties and there was an entire orchestra in our shade structure warming up at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, I thought Rusty had started playing some themes from The Godfather or something, and I was like, fine, I'll fucking get up. It's fine.
So, full disclosure, that did not happen exactly how I wanted it to happen. Like,
Word.
obviously.
Yeah.
So you guys know, like, picture the shade area that we have. Like, there's that whole unshaded playa area right there, and there's like
That's a road.
The road?
yeah, the road.
Yeah.
Exactly. The road. Yeah, the road. It was such a mess. I was like, maybe we can do it there. That's really where I hoped because, we could squish up. It wouldn't take over any of that area. But I was at center camp trying to direct people, and I don't even know who was in center camp that said, yeah, shade. Do it under the shade. Like, that would not have happened that way had I been there. And I don't even know who to apologize for that. I know D-Day was very angry.
It was
and
my
so-
first day of meal service. And also imagine that the playa is very wet. And through the entire build of camp, I have asked our leads of camp to leave these basic areas of the shade unshaded so I can walk between some uprights from our kitchen annex to our kitchen as I'm like sprinting around like a complete fucking madman doing food service. Like my behavior is a problem as well. And like I wake up, I see that there's an entire orchestra in the way of my kitchen. And I'm just like, well, can't possibly deal with this until I have the most horrendous shit of my life. And as I'm in the porta potty, there's just such like swelling orchestral music, like crashing and like greeting my feces into the world. And after all that, I'm just like, well, there's nothing to fucking do but like keep moving things out of the way from this path I'm gonna need to use. And like at certain points, because I'm walking too fast and taking corners too quickly, I'm also like slipping on playa and on our wet tarp around all these fucking instruments. It was a time. It's not your fault. It's fine.
Well, and I was so I don't remember who it was. It was like somebody came up to me, was like, D-Day's pissed. I was like, oh fuck. Great. Okay. Great. Okay. All right.
It's
I'm gonna have
harmless.
to
I can be
deal with that.
pissed.
But okay, so because of that, I have come up with, if the Black Rock Philharmonic continues to have the center camp canopy as our home base, I have come up with a solution so we don't end up in off center camp again. So I do have a solution to that.
Friends who might not know the circumstances because we blew right over it. The reason why the Philharmonic couldn't rehearse where they intended to rehearse was because of rain. Currently in center camp, under the central canopy, it becomes slick as ice when there's any water on the flooring for that place. So everyone,
Not our fault. As long as people are not taking blame for things.
Though I
Not
do
our
think it's
fault.
very funny because then it moved to our shade structure, which is also slick as ice.
Yeah.
When
It's
it's
like
wet.
plastic tarps.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
that weird vinyl like sign
advertisement
material.
signs. Yeah.
Yeah. And like things would have been fine if I was on Playa with my emotional support DJ Slurm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
my co-chef was not there, and like I've never done this thing by myself with the folks I was working with. And look, 2025 was hard. 2026 will be harder in a different way. I think we've all grown since last.
I found it very funny. I also loved it because then the next day, the people thought they were rehearsing there, but they were actually rehearsing back at the dried out center camp. And that meant that there's constantly people going through. And I was just like, I am going to guess what instruments you play
Oh,
by
that was so
how
much
you
fun.
receive this news.
You can tell a fucking trumpet from 40 yards away.
Yeah, you can tell a trumpet player.
Sometimes they're trombone, but you know they started on trumpet. They couldn't get first seat.
And
By their muscular embouchure,
Oh
it was
robust lips.
because it was hilarious because there'd be people who were like, but I was told, and then there'd be people like, oh, thanks.
Yep.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Like,
Oh, one guy was like, I can't do this every day. I was like, you don't have to. Don't fucking come down here tomorrow.
I thought it was great fucking fun to have all of the orchestra stream in and out. Granted, I was cushy in a hotel room in Reno when it was going down.
So you thought
And
it was fun to hear about.
I was really, it was one of those moments where I'm like, my friends are pissed off and I don't care, and I don't have to deal with it directly.
I didn't know, like, it was a kind of an emergency. And so I weighed, like, do I send them to a place where I know that it'll be okay and risk getting kicked out of a camp that I love?
You would never
That's
let's
not
risk
getting
that.
kicked out.
Let's
really.
risk that.
And we
Let's risk
talked to
that.
the people who at Off Center Camp were just like, yeah, I said it'd be fine. It was like, but you don't get to say that. It's fine. It's here. We'll deal with it. But like, there's 4 of us. You just got to mention it to, and we'll be like, yeah, it's fine. But as everyone fucking tunes up for like 90 minutes.
Tuning
Okay.
takes a long time in the desert.
Well,
Okay,
there's
so-
100 of them.
So that I do want to clarify that I did ask, and I even went to who
The
was
people
it?
were throwing under
Just
the
say
bus.
the person who it would be.
It might have been, or it might
It
have
wasn't.
been. It was
I know who it was. It's not important.
Anyway, he said, yeah. And I was like, are you sure? Like, because this is going to be a thing. Are you sure? He's like, yeah. I was like,
Oh, it's
oh, yeah.
yeah, totally. That's for you.
And I was
he
like,
wants to
okay.
make your day.
Yeah.
He doesn't consider everything.
And had I not been so like crazy running around like a chicken,
You've got 100 people to help figure out how to tune up. Like it has to happen
I would have found
somewhere.
more people.
I thought it was a great solution that worked incredibly well.
Like, yeah,
and
I
was amusing
mentioned
to me
to them not to get in your way. I was like, how would they know where my way is?
yeah.
My favorite one, though, was I love our camp. A bunch of people apparently jumped up and helped move stuff so that there was more space for them under the shade, and nobody put anything back.
Yeah.
Well, none of them put
Anything back. That's true. I thought it was super charming. And I would love for Off Center Camp to be an emergency backup rehearsal space for you all anytime.
That would be
Climate change.
Yeah, right? It's going
Yeah.
to keep raining at Burning Man.
Yeah. Well, I do have a solution, and my solution is I'm just going to get some of those pop-up canopies so that we can go like wherever, like out to the playa and just have shade.
Yeah.
That's a great solution.
Yeah.
So that is because of D-Day I came up with that solution. So thank you, D-Day.
The D-Day butt hurt solution.
Yeah. And I remember somebody telling me, and I was like, oh, I don't want D-Day. I was like, he makes our food. I don't want D-Day mad at me. Like, I don't want anybody in Center Camp mad. And it was such a lifesaver. So anybody from Center Camp listening, you guys, thank you so much. It literally saved.
Very grateful for you.
Yeah, we are.
Hey.
Yeah.